it's April from OTH Crochet Nook, and today we're going to be making these very cute scrunchies, perfect for gift giving season or just because, or for yourself. It's a very easy pattern that's available for free on yarnspirations.com. The pattern that's available on yarnspirations.com uses a Red Heart Super Saver. You can use any yarn that you'd like. Today I'm using the Bernat Velvet, my absolute fave. So we're going to get started right away. You'll need a hair tie, you'll need a hook. I'm using a 6mm today. Just check on the back of your skeins as always to see what size hook you should be using. But as you get to know the pattern, you'll understand exactly how the stitches are working up, and you'll choose the hook of your choice. You'll also need some really great sharp scissors. So to start, you want to secure this yarn right on this hair tie. So we're going to go ahead and do that and make a great knot right here so that it doesn't get loose. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to slip stitch for your initial slip stitch there to get the yarn attached to the hair tie so it doesn't go anywhere. And we're going to be working 50 single crochets around the hair tie. So just like this, all the way around the hair tie. So one very important thing to note when you are working stitches around a hair tie, you're going to want to make sure that you pull them tight and close so that you can keep fitting more, because you'll find that once you get to maybe about 20, 25 single crochets, it's going to end up looking like it's full, but it's not. So just like that, pulling them a little tight and tighter as you go. So you're going to be working 50 single crochets across the hair tie, and I'll meet you back here when you're done that. Okay, so now that you've done 50 single crochets around that hair tie, you're going to go ahead and slip stitch in the first single crochet so you can start your round 2 for the scrunchie, which is actually your final round. There's only 2 rounds in the scrunchie. So we are going to do a repeat, but before we do that, we're going to do 4 single crochets in the first 4 stitches. So that's 3 and 4. We are now going to start our repeat. The repeat goes like this. It's half double crochet, double crochet, triple crochet, triple crochet again, and end off with a double crochet. So that's your repeat. We'll do that again. So it's going to go half, half, double, triple, triple again, and then end off with a double. So you're going to do that pattern all the way around the scrunchie, and I'll meet you back at the end. So now that you finished that repeat, you're going to go ahead and slip stitch in the very first single crochet, and your scrunchie is done. You're going to fasten off. And now we are going to do the tie for the scrunchie. One quick tip that I like to do, the 2 ends that are left on the scrunchie here, I like to just bring one of them forward. I'm going to tie a knot right here because that's where I'm going to tie the tie that we're going to be making next. So it's actually going to go right here. I'm going to cut these ends off, and the tie is going to tie right here, just like this one looks. So now we're going to make the tie. I just took this one out just to show you what we're going to be working up. It starts out small, increases as it goes along. Then there's a piece right here that is even in stitches that kind of dips down, which is where you're going to be tying it. Then it goes back, increases, decreases, and ends off with 1 single crochet. So it kind of looks like bunny ears, right? So it just essentially just ties right on the scrunchie to give it this cute knot look. Really cute. So we're going to get into that now and do the tie. So we're going to go ahead, chain 2. We're going to do a single crochet in the second from the hook. You're working quite small, so it's kind of hard to hold it, but then we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we are going to increase here. So we're going to be doing 2 single crochets in the same stitch here. Chain 1, turn. Now for row 3, we are also going to do the same thing. We're going to chain 1, increase, single crochet to the end of the row. So single crochet twice in that same first stitch there, which will increase it, and do 1 single crochet there, chain 1, turn. Now for rows 4 and 5, we're going to repeat row 3, which is what we just did. So we're going to do 2 single crochets here in that first stitch, and then single crochet the end, and then do that once more. 2 single crochets here, and single crochets to end here, that row. Now for row 6 and 8, chain 1, we are going to single crochet till the end of the row. So 6 was just single crochet right across. We're going to do the same thing for row 7, right across here, and now we're going to do single crochet right across for row 8. Now getting into row 9, we are going to do a decrease at the beginning of the row. So we're going to pull up a loop, insert, pull up a loop, insert, pull up another loop, and pull through all 3. That is a decrease there. This would be row 9. And now for row 10, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to decrease in the first, we're going to decrease in the first 2, and pull through all 3. Then we're going to single crochet right across here. So now for row 11. 11 is basically single crochet right across. And what 11 is that little dip in between where we're going to be tying the knot right here. So it's really just single crochets right across until this measures 5.5 inches. So let's go ahead and measure this and see how long it is right now. It's about 5. I would just do 1 more row. Depending on your own tension, you may do row 11 2 times, or row 11 3 times, depending on your tension, or you may just do it once and be good to go. So that's going to be your row 11 there. Now we're moving on to row 12, chain 1, turn. We're going to increase, so we're going to do 2 single crochets in the first, and then single crochet across. And that's the same thing for row 13. We're going to do 2 single crochets in the first stitch, single crochet across. And now for rows 14 and 16 is just single crochet right across. So now row 15, and row 16. Now for row 17, we're going to go ahead and decrease in the first 2 stitches, and then single crochet across here. And now for row 18 and 19, we're going to repeat row 17. So we're going to decrease in the first 2, single crochet to finish that row. Then we're going to decrease again. So once you're done row 19, you should only have 2 single crochets left. So we're going to go ahead and decrease for row 20, those 2 single crochets, which will now make 1. And there you go. There's your tie. So I've gone ahead and weaved in the ends on the tie, and I'm going to go ahead and tie it to the scrunchie. So remember when we did the rounds here, we started with the 4 single crochets. That's why there's a nice little dip in this scrunchie. And also I tied the ends of the scrunchie together and left them there, so then I knew I wouldn't have to worry about those ones. And I'm just going to tie right over it. So make sure you don't tie this too tight. It looks nice when it's a little, you know, not too tight. It's perfect. And there you go.